In the ancient forest kingdom of Eldoria, where trees whispered secrets older than time, Prince Thalion, heir to the Elven throne, carried a heavy heart. Born of moonlight and magic, he was bound by duty and destiny. Yet his soul yearned for something forbidden, love beyond his realm. Thalion had seen her once, a human girl named Aria, whose laughter cut through the shadows like sunlight through leaves. But the realms of elves and humans were kept apart by ancient laws and mistrust. Theirs was a love that could ignite peace or spark war. This is the story of a prince torn between loyalty and desire. Thalion's days were filled with royal training, mastering the ancient arts of bow and blade, while his nights were haunted by memories of Aria. She lived in a nearby village, unaware of the elven world hidden in the depths of the forest. Their eyes had met by chance during a fleeting moment at the river's edge, a place where magic wove between worlds. That glance was a spark, setting his heart aflame with longing and fear. How could he reveal his truth without risking everything? The Council of Elders forbade contact with humans, warning of betrayal and darkness. Yet, love is never tamed by rules. The more Thalion tried to forget, the stronger his desire grew. He sought counsel from Lirael, the wise forest seer, whose silver hair flowed like the river and whose eyes held centuries of knowledge. "Prince," she said softly, "love between realms is a fragile thread, easily broken by fear and suspicion. But love also holds the power to unite, if you dare to walk the path of courage." Her words echoed in his mind, igniting hope but also doubt. What if his love for Aria doomed both their worlds? Still, he knew that without risk, no destiny could be fulfilled. One moonlit night, Thalion ventured beyond the forest's edge, disguised beneath a cloak of shadow. His heart raced as he approached the village where Aria lived. She was there, gathering herbs by the riverbank, unaware of the prince's presence. His voice trembled as he called her name. Startled, Aria turned, eyes wide with wonder and fear. "I am Thalion," he confessed, "from the hidden world of elves. I cannot deny what I feel for you." Fear and fascination battled in her gaze, but curiosity won. Under the glow of stars, they spoke of dreams, hopes, and worlds divided by invisible walls. Days turned into weeks, and their secret meetings by the river became a sanctuary where realms blended. Thalion taught Aria the ancient language of the elves, the whispers of the trees, and the songs of the stars. She shared stories of her village, of human joys and sorrows. Together, they wove a fragile tapestry of trust and love. Yet, shadows lurked. The Elven Council spies had begun to notice Thalion's absences, and rumors stirred among the villagers. Love that blossomed in darkness was always threatened by the light of suspicion. The council summoned Thalion, their faces stern and unyielding. "Your actions endanger the peace, Prince," they warned. "Humans cannot be trusted, and your bond with Aria weakens your loyalty." Thalion's heart clenched. He stood tall, voice steady but fierce. "Love knows no boundaries. I will not forsake her because of fear." The elders exchanged grim looks. The prince was at a crossroads, forced to choose between his duty and his heart. But what price would he pay for love that dared to defy ancient laws? Meanwhile, in the village, Aria faced her own trials. Whispers of a mysterious stranger had reached her family, stirring suspicion and fear. Her parents forbade her from wandering near the forest. Yet, love's pull was stronger than chains or warnings. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, she fled to meet Thalion. In the safety of the woods, they promised to find a way to unite their worlds, even if it meant defying fate itself. The stakes had never been higher, and every heartbeat carried the weight of destiny. But the darkness was not idle. A rival elf prince, jealous of Thalion's favor and power, sought to expose the secret love. He conspired with human hunters who feared the unknown magic of the forest. Together, they plotted to capture Thalion and sever the bond that threatened their fragile peace. As danger closed in, Thalion and Arya knew their time was limited. Their love, once a quiet flame, now had to become a blazing fire to survive. Yet, would it consume or save them? One fateful night, as the northern lights danced across the sky, the hunters struck. Thalion was ambushed near the village. Arya, hearing the clash of steel and cries of battle, raced to his side, wielding a dagger given by Lirel. Together, they fought against overwhelming odds. The forest itself seemed to awaken, roots twisting and branches shielding the lovers. But the price was high. Thalion was wounded, and Arya's presence was discovered. The fragile veil between worlds threatened to shatter. Captured by the Council's guards, Thalion faced trial for his forbidden love. The elders decreed he must renounce Arya or lose his claim to the throne forever. The prince's resolve did not falter. "I choose love," he declared, over fear and isolation. The council's decision was harsh: exile from Eldoria. Yet, as he was led away, the forest whispered promises of change. The ancient magic that guarded their realms was stirring, awakened by the power of true love. But exile was not the end. It was only the beginning. Arya, torn between fear and hope, vowed to find a way to bridge the worlds. She sought the help of the forest seer Lirel, who revealed a hidden path beneath the roots of Eldoria. "The realms were once one," Lirel explained, "and maybe again, but only through sacrifice and courage." Armed with newfound knowledge, Arya began a journey into the heart of the enchanted forest, determined to reunite with Thalion and rewrite their fate. Her love had become a beacon, illuminating the shadows. Meanwhile, in exile, Thalion wandered distant lands, his wounds healing, but his spirit restless. He heard whispers of Arya's quest and felt the pull of the ancient magic binding their souls. One night, beneath the silver glow of the moon, he glimpsed a figure moving through the trees: Arya, brave and unwavering. Their reunion was tender and fierce, a blend of relief and renewed determination. Together, they vowed to face whatever trials awaited. For love had become their true realm. Their journey led them to the Heartstone, a sacred relic said to hold the power to unite or divide realms forever. Guarded by ancient spirits, the path was treacherous, filled with illusions and tests of the heart. Thalion and Arya faced visions of doubt, fear, and temptation. Yet their love endured, growing stronger through every trial. The spirits whispered secrets of unity and warned of the cost. Would their love be enough to overcome the darkness that threatened to consume both worlds? At the edge of the sacred glade, they found the Heartstone glowing faintly beneath a canopy of stars. Thalion placed his hand upon it, feeling a surge of energy course through him. Arya followed, and as their fingers touched the stone together, a radiant light enveloped them. The barrier between elf and human blurred, revealing a future where both could coexist in harmony. But the vision came with a warning. The balance was delicate, and the choice to unite must be made with unwavering hearts. As the light faded, a dark presence emerged from the shadows, the jealous rival prince, consumed by envy and hatred. He challenged Thalion to a duel, the fate of both realms hanging in the balance. Steel clashed under the moonlight, magic sparking with every strike. Arya watched, her heart torn between fear and hope. The battle was not just for power, but for the future of love itself. Could Thalion protect the bond that had defied centuries of division? With a final, desperate strike, Thalion disarmed his rival, but chose mercy over vengeance. "Let hate not divide us further," he said, extending a hand of peace. The rival, stunned, lowered his weapon. The forest seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. This act of compassion rippled through both realms, softening ancient grudges. But the road to unity was just beginning, and many would resist change. Thalion and Arya's love had opened a door. But could it stay open? Returning to Eldoria, Thalion and Arya faced the council once more. This time, the prince spoke not as a subject, but as a leader changed by love and exile. He shared their journey, the trials faced, and the vision of a united realm where elves and humans could thrive together. Some elders resisted, clinging to fear and old laws. Others saw the promise of peace in their story. The council's debate was fierce, but the seed of change had been planted. Meanwhile, the villagers who once feared the forest's magic began to witness its beauty anew. Arya's courage inspired them to open their hearts and minds. Humans and elves cautiously reached out, sharing traditions, stories, and songs. The barrier between realms, though still present, grew thinner with every act of trust. Love had begun to heal wounds that centuries of isolation had deepened. The prince and his beloved stood as symbols of a new era. But peace is never guaranteed. Dark forces lurking beyond the borders of Eldoria watched the growing alliance with suspicion. Whispers of rebellion stirred in the shadows, threatening to unravel the fragile harmony. Thalion and Arya prepared to defend their love and their vision with courage and unwavering faith. The choice was clear: fight for a future where love transcended realms, or surrender to fear and division. Their bond was the beacon in the encroaching darkness. In the end, the tale of the elf prince and his secret love became legend, a story told beneath starlit skies and whispered by the winds. Love, they learned, was the greatest magic of all, powerful enough to bridge worlds, heal ancient wounds, and change destinies. If you believe in the power of love that defies all odds, subscribe to Elven Hearts and join us on journeys through passion, drama, and enchantment. Hit like, share your thoughts, and keep your heart open. For every story is a new world waiting to be discovered.